Hey guys, Alex Cyclist here with just a quick weigh-in and initial impressions of the Specialized Renegade in control casing 29 by 2.35. So before we dig in here, I ask you to please consider subscribing. It keeps me motivated, keeps me excited. I've been enjoying the dialogue, and I really appreciate the support. So real quick, if you noticed on my channel, my video library, you noticed I had reviews on the Specialized Fast Track in the S-Works casing, which is the T5, T7, and the Fast Track Control T5. And you'll note that there's only about a 15 to 20 gram difference between the two tires. And the S-Works casing with the thinner sidewalls, for me, I had to run higher pressures because the sidewalls were just kind of so thin that they were buckling and kind of flopping when I would lean the bike over pretty hard. So my current bike is a Specialized Epic, but my background is a little bit more trail style, where you're kind of really leaning the bike over and hunting for that grip on that last shoulder knob. So I typically run about 16 to 17 in the front and 18, 19 in the rear. And the S-Works tires, I just couldn't do it. The casing felt more durable than the first iteration of both of these tires, but the sidewalls again were still pretty thin, and it just really wasn't tracking straight when I kind of lean the bike over. So I was kind of fighting the tire a little bit. So again, there's only about a 20%, or sorry, 20 gram difference between the two tires. If that, you can go back in the video library and take a look. So initial impressions of the Renegade: looks like a pretty fast tire. Very low shoulder knobs, pretty low center knobs. Again, T5 compound throughout, so again a little bit firmer and harder tire, not as sticky than the S-Works. But just to do a quick little weigh-in here. So 642. So someone on the Specialized Epic Facebook group had posted that their S-Works version was, I think, 635 or 637, and this control casing is 642. So for the less than 10 gram difference, I recommend going with the Control T5. A little bit sturdier sidewall. It's got more puncture protection. And again, all right, so maybe we're splitting hairs between the casing, because I know that on the S-Works, the center tread is T5 and the shoulder knobs are T7 for a little bit more bite. But again, for the little bit gain in traction on paper in terms of the compound, I would pose real world trial like I did, where I compared both the Fast Track Control and Fast Track S-Works. I couldn't find the difference between the two casings. The only thing I did find is that the S-Works was extremely light and supple, but again, kind of floppy and flimsy at those lower tire pressures that I like to personally run. So currently have an older version, Fast Track Control on the back, which is tried and true. So anxious to get this new one on here to give it a whirl and give my first ride impression. So appreciate the views, appreciate the support. If you have any questions, please leave them in the comments, and please like and subscribe again. Thanks. Be well.